Pennsylvania. And I think one of the reasons that I said exactly what I said, and I think Senator John will at least agree with me, that there is a regionalism going on in this, that we have to break down. Anytime one part of Pennsylvania does well, all of Pennsylvania does well. I was just at an event yesterday that was a signing of a contract at the shipyard in Philadelphia that we invested for. When I first walked in the door, we ended up investing $42 million in the shipyard. And everybody said I was foolish doing it, keeping it there. Well, now ExxonMobil and their seafaring organization just ordered 2 additional ships that are to be built there. It means 1,000 jobs for that area. Well, that means if that area is doing well, all Pennsylvania is doing well. What's happening here is helping all Pennsylvania. Because keep in mind, all the tax revenue, all the royalties that are taxed, the leases that are taxed, that goes into the general fund. And that's the way that I think it should be done. But we have so much to do. We are at, in my mind, the very tip of the iceberg of what this means for long after we're gone. The energy independence that Boone is talking about is going to apply to our children, our grandchildren, and our grandchildren's grandchildren. And that's what we have to understand. We have to get it right. As I said, I believe we can get it right. I always say, if we could put a man on the moon in 1969, we ought to be able to do this right. And they have the science in there. And you have to depend on what is the science that is going on out there. So I have great belief that we're going to do it right. We have to educate. We have to educate the general public as to what's going on. And if I had a criticism of the industry as it came into Pennsylvania, it did a poor job of educating. They have to assimilate into Pennsylvania. You can't necessarily keep those Texas license plates on the trucks. They can change it. That's one of the questions. You all know, you heard, hey, where are all those Texas plates doing here? For Oklahoma, Louisiana. And the one thing I tell everybody is, those workers don't want to be up here in January, February, March. But we have a population. They want out of here when it starts snowing. But we have a job of educating our population and our workforce so that they can do the jobs. One of the things we were talking about earlier, it's the issue of safety. And we're starting to get into that process now. So in addition to creating what we talk about green corridors, where I'd like to see the natural gas all over the state. I'd like to be able to convert our fleets. I'd like to see along the turnpike, along Interstate 80, natural gas, start to get the conversion of the cars. I'm always interested in the environmentalists who are really against natural gas when it's the cleanest burning fuel out there. I don't understand that logic, but smart men than me might be able to figure it out. But if we do that, the first thing we have to do, we're starting to do it. You see, Penn Tech, I think, has already started training people for what Marcellus needs. Is it playing a little bit of catch-up? Probably not. In the greater scheme of things, as these people came in, nobody thought it was going to boom like this. At least most people didn't. They knew it was going to boom. We maybe didn't do it right up front, but we are doing it. I know some of the colleges are certainly talking about it across the state of Pennsylvania. Some of the community colleges are talking about it. But there's more than just what happens on the rig. There's the welding of the pipes and everything that's going to go out there. There's the geology that's going to go out there. I think most people don't know that many of the oil and gas geologists down in Houston are graduates of this little school over in Happy Valley. You all were supposed to laugh on that one. Oklahoma State would call it a little school. I'd say.
One place we hired from are people that are from Pennsylvania that want to be home, right? Come home and be trained here. And I think the stats are about 70% of the workers in our industry are from local areas. But we want it to be higher than that. We want it to be 100% if we could. It's not good for our business to be hauling in these workers from outside either. So we do have to get the training in place here. We have to get the programs in place so that this is a sustainable industry for the future. There's a lot of running room left.
I thought it was interesting to know. He said Talisman has moved their U.S. headquarters to the Pittsburgh area. Keep in mind, this all started in Titusville. Oil used to be big in the Pittsburgh area. We'll end up in Houston. I'd like to see a lot of it come back. because that benefits southwestern Pennsylvania, but it benefits all of Pennsylvania.
Governor, this is not the same kind of boom you had in Titusville in 1859. This is not like the Glenpool in Oklahoma or the East Texas field in Texas. This is going to go on for a long time. So it's not going to be boom and out of here. Now maybe you want Texas and Oklahoma people to go home, but that's what they said in Alaska. One of those guys up there said the happiest day of my life was when they finished the pipeline from Valdez up to Dead Horse, Alaska, the Alaska pipeline, and you see those Texans going home with an Okie under one arm and a guy from Louisiana under the other. So I don't know that that's going to be the case. You're going to find a lot of these people are going to stay. They're going to live in Pennsylvania and enjoy living here. But this is a different kind of boom. It is a different kind of boom. It's going to go on for years and years. And so it's, yeah.
How long?
I think it's a 50-year boom if we do it right, because it is so huge. You can't go too fast for safety, for hiring people and everything else, but it's huge. You know, I think the Haynesville Shale that we're in started out as 6 million acres. This is 26 million acres. It's 400 miles by 100 miles, and it's all over the place. We just have to do it right. We have to get the rules right, and we have to do the training right. You know, we're bringing people from Texas. We hired 30 interns from Penn State last year, you know, but 1 year out of school, you know, they're going to take 2 or 3 years. They'll be running the company here before long. You know, it's just going to take a while. We're talking to different universities about how we can work with them. They're doing the same thing. Safety and not going too fast. I think if we explain what we're doing and have these community meetings and take it slow and easy, I think this is going to be a great deal for us and the state.
Mr. Secretary.